Geeks, and welcome back to FanGeek'd. I'm Miranda, and I am joined by my Whovian co-host, Dallas.
Hello.
Hello. It is the third season of the podcast, and we are happy to be back and talk about some Who after a brief break after celebrating the show's 60th anniversary.
There are generations older than this.
I know.
But still, it's all under a united front.
Exactly. So since we are starting a new era, this episode will be exclusively found either on the BBC and BBC iPlayer if you're in the UK, and Disney Plus everywhere else. This episode is the first Christmas special since 2017. After the last era went with New Year's specials. So, it's been a minute.
Way back in 1965, The Feast of Stephen, starring the first Doctor, William Hartnell, became the very first Doctor Who Christmas Day broadcast. Unfortunately, the BBC wiped the original broadcast tape, so all that remains are a few ghostly stills. Maybe because of that, it took another 40 years before The Christmas Invasion, written by Russell T Davies, ushered in the era of the Doctor Who Christmas Day special. From 2005 until 2017, Santa had a rival time traveller to compete with on his big day. And the Christmas special became as traditional as crackers, mince pies, and a death on Albert Square. Now, after a 6-year absence, it's back, and more Christmassy than ever.
And hopefully it lives up to expectations.
Yeah, considering there were sky-high expectations for this one.
Especially with the return of one of the most original writers of the series.
Yes.
Recent ones, at least.
All right, shall we dive in?
Yes.
Okay. So I also have a big announcement. Our podcast has now been distributed almost everywhere. I told this to my co-host behind the scenes a while ago once I got almost all of them confirmed. Eek. Yay. But you can now find FanGeek'd on Apple Podcasts, Audible or Amazon Music, Spotify, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and Geo7. I thought that was so cool.
I also have a thumbnail what it looks like, because I did look it up just to verify. It looks like this.
Yeah, blue curtains. That's us. We will be joining iHeartRadio soon, so keep your eyes peeled. Yay!
Oh boy.
Okay, so if you are new to FanGeek'd, welcome! Come and join a community made by geeks for geeks. Feel free to follow us on our socials. I'll mention up here. And join us on YouTube or wherever you listen. Woohoo!
Listen to us while you do everything and nothing all at the same time.
Exactly. That's the great thing about podcasts. You can watch us or you can just listen. Either or. All right. It's time for the summary. Okay.
Oh boy.
Well, I love IMDb. The summary is literally 2 sentences. That's normally as much as they give you. It's like, okay, here's the basics. Have fun.
Well, they don't want to spoil everything.
Exactly. Long ago, on Christmas Eve, a baby was abandoned in the snow. Today, Ruby Sunday meets the Doctor, stolen babies, goblins, and perhaps the story of her birth.
Again, church doorstep, already starting off on a somewhat sad note. Meet the Robinsons, kind of sad note.
I know.
And then also the name has to mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to be like some river song thing?
I don't know.
Is she going to be named after herself?
I hope not. That would be confusing. We've already dealt with River. She's confusing. She's as confusing as it gets with her timeline going.
Oh man, is she going to make an appearance?
Oh goodness. I don't know. It depends on whether or not Russell wants to bring her back.
50-50 on if he brings her back, honestly. I don't mind her, but it just feels like the story deviates whenever she's around.
Yeah. Okay, so it's time for some fast facts.
I can't catch.
That's fine. So this episode is written by Russell T. Davies and directed by Chanya Button. Hi, future me here again. Back to make a clarification on a director mix-up. For some reason, while I was recording, I ended up saying Chanya Button, who directed The Giggle, but it turns out I was mistaken. It's Mark Tonderai, who directed The Church on Ruby Road. He is also known for directing Spell, Lock and Key, The Five, and The House at the End of the Street. I kind of really enjoyed what he did with this show, so I hope he gets to come back and direct more episodes. Okay, I might be popping in and out throughout this video for any additional clarifications, so if you see me in this jacket, that's why. Okay, enjoy the episode. Back to your previously scheduled programming. Music, as always, will be by the fabulous Mr. Murray Gold. Yay. We like Murray. He's awesome.
I'm clapping. Somewhat.
Tiny clapping. So this episode, as confirmed in November of last year, will be the first appearance of Millie Gibson as Miss Ruby Sunday, and the first proper appearance of Shooty as the 15th Doctor after the Bi-Generation and the Giggle. This is his first proper episode.
But first, after the Whoviverse-shattering Bi-Generation that ended the 60th anniversary specials, we're off to the TARDIS to meet the new Doctor and his even newer companion. Welcome to the Whoviverse. Here we are, on the TARDIS. Here you are, in costume, as characters. Croesos, we're in Wales, welcome. How do you feel? Top of the world, Stefan.
I am going to mispronounce his name so many times before I get it right.
So this episode will be on both YouTube and in podcast form. The YouTube will I will add additional clips for added visual aid during our episode discussions. I will hopefully be able to include clips from Unleashed, the behind the scenes, because usually they have some good behind the scenes tidbits that they don't normally include, which is always good to know.
Oh boy.
So this story was partially filmed in public in 2023 during the second block of filming for Series 14.
Okay.
Or Season 1 on Disney+. And this will be the second appearance, the first for this series, on screen for a familiar face. Can you guess who? I will mention her at the end of our review, so stay tuned.
Okay. Leave me in suspense.
So the episode is filled with emotional moments, adventure, a slight musical number. Slight.
Again, the emphasis on slight.
And looking forward to the future as the show begins a new era. I mean,
everything will be new, but I don't know if they might do musical numbers again. They could, but let's just see how it worked with this one.
Yeah. Okay, so we got ourselves a list of guest stars. Of course. First off, I gotta start off with Shooty. I have to. It's the Doctor.
Shooty. Okay.
So, Shooty, of course, who plays the 15th Doctor, he was last seen in The Giggle after he bi-generated without pants.
And wanted to catch against Neil Patrick Harris.
Exactly. He is also known for Sex Education, Barbie, and Doctor Who as the next incarnation. Yay! So
I'm not familiar with him, but I'll check him out in Barbie soon enough. Who does he play?
He's a cowboy. He's one of the cowboy Kens.
Is that like his? Is that his role name?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look this up.
He's a cowboy Ken.
This
He's
part
not the Ken, but he is one of the Kens.
Okay, he's one of.
There are a lot of faces you will recognize.
Okay, I'm looking it up. He's just. It doesn't list like his name or the cowboy Ken. It doesn't say
Ken.
cowboy Ken.
He's a Ken.
It doesn't say like on when I look it up when I look at the cast.
Yeah, it just says Ken.
Okay.
It's very, very helpful. Next up is Millie Gibson as Miss Ruby
Yay.
Sunday.
Again, I still with the name. Hopefully the name works out.
She is known for Coronation Street, Indira, Love and Lies, and Records.
Only familiar with about one of those, but okay.
All right, so next up is Bobby Bradley as Denzel. Or Denzel. However you want to say it. I feel like I'm going to butcher it. So he is known for The Bench, Crime, Incarnadine, and Doctor Who as this very role.
Pretty varied. So definitely promising.
Next up is Mary Malone as Trudy. She is known for Vera, The Prince, The Girlfriend Experience. Well, that's a name. And Chivalry.
I feel like I've heard that one before. At least The Girlfriend Experience. I feel like I've heard before somewhere.
Yeah. Next up is Anita Dobson as Mrs. Flood.
That is a name.
That is definitely a name. That drew a lot of theories when that name was first revealed. People are like, what the heck? So she is known for Red Dwarf, EastEnders, Hotel Babylon, and Urban Gothic.
Okay, the first two I've heard of before. Have not seen, but heard good things about.
Mm-hmm. So next up is Hemi Yeroham as Abdul. He is known for Mamma Mia. Yes, Mamma Mia.
Like the movie or the show?
The movie.
Okay.
Closed Circuit, Tyrant, and Crush Hour, a musical.
What?
That's what he's credited as on IMDb. I'm like, okay.
No, I meant like the last one. It's literally called Crush?
Crush Hour.
Bruh. What? Again with the titles.
So next up is Michelle Greenridge as Carla Sunday. So that's Ruby's mum. So she's known for It's a Sin, Small Axe, I May Destroy You, and Afterlife. It's a Sin means she has worked with Russell before, because Russell also wrote that.
It seems like he gets these people like that he's known before, but also likes to take chances on other people based on their work. Like he doesn't stick with someone who does the same character. I gotta appreciate that.
It's not like what he did the first time around. It's like, yes, I know I've worked with you 3 times already, but I'm going to work with you again because I can.
So it's like an opposite of a Tim Burton thing going on.
Yeah. So next up is Angela Winter as Cherry. I love Cherry. And I feel like everyone's going to love Cherry. She's hilarious. So she is known for Last Christmas, EastEnders, Hobby City, and Gracie.
Okay, so we got some intermingling going on with co-stars.
Yep. So next up is Gemma Aerosmith as Ruth Lyons. So she is known for Tracy Ullman Show, Tracy Breaks the News, Chord 404, and Victorosity.
Okay.
Okay, next up is Rochelle Beinart as Goblin number 1.
I've also got to ask you, because you have played an iconic character.
How did you find out?
I just This is part of my job. I find these things out. Tell us, who have you played before? Because this, is one of the big names of British television in the last 20, 30 years, isn't it?
I'm Poe from the Teletubbies.
Look at that! I'm in the presence of greatness. What was that like? I mean, what a character.
I still get in a costume sometimes.
Do you?
Once in a blue moon, we won Britain's Got Talent last year.
Ah, did you take the costume home with you?
No,
I was going to say.
wouldn't fit in my car. I loved that though. That was amazing. That was one of my favourite jobs of all time.
That is a
Well-
huge leap.
As well as stunts in...
I'm a kid's entertainer. Now I'm gonna be a goblin that I won't do the rest. But
I know, when
still,
I first found that out, I was
big
like,
jump.
wait, what?
What a jump.
And she's also done stunts in Les Mis, Wonder Woman 1984, The Batman and Morbius, and a Poland Shell Dancer and the Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
Okay, which Les Mis?
Wow.
And which Les Mis?
No, it's the movie. It's the 2012 movie that she's known for.
Oh, the 2012 one. Okay, I was about to look it up to see if I could load anything, but really not really.
Yeah. So she's known for doing stunts for the 2012 Les Mis, as well as for the Teletubbies. That is crazy.
Okay, I grew up watching Teletubbies. I don't think that was a show that required stunts.
I know.
The
No,
whole
not
costume
really.
was padded.
That's a big costume.
Dude, that'd be hot in that thing.
Oh. Okay. Lastly, we have Dilu Mia as Goblin number 3.
Oh, this was
These
number
are the
2.
only 2 of the goblins that had the most credits. Okay.
Yeah.
You will be surprised what this one's known for. So they are known for Solo, a Star Wars story, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars.
So, just like the Ridley Scott Star Wars.
Yes. And also, they technically have worked with Disney Plus before. So. Okay, cool.
But I'm trying to think from Solo all the way to the latest Star Wars. Okay, there had to be a somewhat principal character for that.
Yeah. I'm like,
Something.
the fact that you showed up in Rogue One and Solo as well as 7 and 8, but not 9.
No. Maybe they
So-
die in 8? I gotta rewatch that again.
That's what I'm assuming, because 8 got dark, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's Star Wars. It gets dark.
Yep. All right. Before we dive into the episode, I am going to need to give a spoiler warning.
Okay, let's prep.
Okay. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers.
Okay, and if you didn't hear, spoilers.
This episode will break down the entirety of the Church on Ruby Road, including the ending. Spoilers ahead. Make sure to watch the show first and then join us later. Just a heads
Final
up, this did
warning.
also air a year ago. So,
Final warning.
all right. Let's do this. Okay, the first section is the cold open that I have called
Literally.
The Story of Ruby Sunday, because it literally starts with snow. And of course, Carol of the Bells, because Christmas.
But why is it Carol of the Bells?
So the show begins with a snowy scene as Carol of the Bells softly plays in the background. We pan down to see a church at Christmas time as snow is softly falling. Well, doy. It's Christmas. Snow's going to be falling.
Yeah, they could have just played Let It Snow or
I know.
some
But
Silver Bells or something.
I have a feeling Carol of the Bells is going to come up a lot. If they're playing it now at her introduction, it's going to come up a lot.
Fair enough.
So a hooded figure can be seen carrying a baby wrapped in a blanket. Aww.
Always the blanket. Well, at least they're keeping the baby warm, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So the doctor is giving a very sweet voiceover, as if this was a storybook, telling the beginnings of the story of a baby we would come to know as Ruby Sunday. So I had to pull from the transcript for this. Once upon a time, late on Christmas Eve, a stranger came to the church on Ruby Road. She carried in her arms the most precious gift of all, a newborn child, a baby girl.
So 'twas the night before Christmas meets Meet the Robinsons.
I know! That's what I was thinking. Like, without being as dark. Because I know Meet the Robinsons gets dark.
Well, yeah, but then this episode gets dark too.
Oh, yeah. So the figure places the baby down at the door of the church before turning and walking away. This is definitely like Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah, but you're leaving the baby at a church on Christmas, so it's a pretty safe bet that someone's there.
Mm-hmm. A priest, dressed in robes, appears in the doorway and takes the child inside, turning briefly to acknowledge the figure who is already walking away.
And he doesn't call out to the figure, honestly enough, but then again, like, if they're some distance away, I guess you kind of realize, okay, this was done purposely.
Mm-hmm.
So then what's the point?
Just before midnight, she left her daughter on the steps of the church. The child was taken in, and they named her Ruby, after the place where she was found. As for the mother, she was never seen again.
Mind flip.
We then get a brief glimpse of a familiar blue box as the man dressed in a long red coat comes out, glancing at the figure walking away. And then the last...
Is he going to catch her? Let's find out.
I know. And then, just before it cuts to the titles, the doctor says, no one ever knew her name until that night a time traveler came to call. A traveler known as the Doctor.
Cue the theme.
Roll titles! Woohoo!
Literally, roll credits, roll the TARDIS.
Alright. So this next section is titled Long Lost Family, Foundlings and Davina McCall.
Let's see where this goes.
We jump to a bar as Ruby is filming an interview with Davina McCall for her show Long Lost Family, a show in the UK for people to find their biological families. Davina mentions that Ruby is considered a foundling and was adopted by a lovely lady named Carla, who we will meet later.
Yay!
So I pulled clips from the interview at the very beginning. So you were a foundling, and you were fostered by Carla, who then went on to adopt you, is that right? Yeah. And she's amazing. I mean, she's nuts, but she's the best mom I could ever have. Yeah. So life's been good, would you say? Yeah, not bad. I mean, we've had a mad time with it, haven't we? And my A-levels were not the best because we had to leave Manchester to move down here because we came and looked after my gran and we couldn't afford care and she would never move to the north, not in a million years. So yeah, that's been tricky and expensive. No one would move to London. I know! So that's left me a bit stranded. I think I'm just still waiting for my life to begin.
Why does that last part call out at least 2 generations?
I know. Suddenly, the sound engineer stops the camera. The noise suddenly disappears as the cameras start rolling again.
Okay, so let's pick it up.
Weird.
So, Ruby.
Davina continues the interview by mentioning that it will take some time to find her family, as most foundlings were left without a trace, and their family might not want to be contacted. Whilst this is going on, we do start to notice things happening in the background. Small hands appearing, little giggles.
No, not giggles again.
A coffee cup gets moved, plugs are pulled, and a cord is stretched.
Way to make millennials remember Final Destination.
Davina asks Ruby what she wants to get if they do find somebody, and Ruby mentions the truth. As a worker gets up to move her coffee cup, she pushes up against a cord, causing a studio light to come crashing down.
Yep, final destination.
Thankfully, Ruby was not hit, but Davina does get hit with a plug a few seconds later.
Why? I actually like her. Why?
This next section is called Bad Luck Begins and Club Scene. I didn't know what else to call it.
Either way, it's to the point.
We then jump to a few weeks later, the 23rd of December, and the bad luck seems to be following Ruby wherever she goes.
Literally, Milo Murphy's Law right here. Just little less testifying.
Yeah. The first instance was at a bar where Ruby was playing the keyboard as a friend was singing. Suddenly, the plug was pulled and the music stops as the Christmas lights go out, causing confusion with the audience.
Oh boy.
We also get the first glimpse of the Doctor as he is watching Ruby dressed in a striped suit with an orange sweater and a cowboy hat. This is his first costume look that we're actually seeing in the episode.
I was not a fan of the cowboy hat.
I know, that's definitely a look. I don't know if it suits him.
No, he needs to lose the hat. I'm fine with the jacket thing. Jackets work for him.
That night, we jump to the club where everyone seems to be enjoying themselves, including the Doctor, dressed in a kilt. Because he is Scottish, he can pull it off.
I'm fine with that. Definitely new for the Doctor. I would have thought they would have had David Tennant do that. Because, he actually is Scottish.
Ruby is observing from the area with tables with a drink nearby, which a small hand slowly pushes off the table. Uh-oh.
No.
Before it's caught by the Doctor, thank goodness. Phew!
Well, thank God.
He shows Ruby his psychic paper that states he is health and safety, gin and tonic division.
I think he could have gone a little bit more creative with the name, but it's to the point, I guess. I mean,
health and
a little
safety.
bit old.
Yeah, health and safety.
Yeah, a little
gin and tonic division.
Yeah.
Can I ask, does that happen to you a lot? Knocking things over? Oh, all the time. But I'm just clumsy. No, you're not. It's worse than that.
It always
Merry
is.
Christmas. Ruby watches him leave and goes to put her drink back on the table, which has now disappeared.
And no one knows where the table went.
Yeah. It's like, Houston, we have a problem. Where'd my table go?
Apparently David Copperfield has entered the club.
Yeah. So her drink goes crashing to the floor instead. What is causing all of this bad luck?
We don't know. Maybe Jupiter's in retrograde, and we don't know it yet.
Next section is titled Bad Luck Continues, Snowman and Doctor Moment.
Okay, Snowman is bringing me back to Krampus, and that did not end well.
No. So we then jump outside on the streets as we notice a giant snowman fastened to the corner of a building with a strong wind blowing.
Why is it always wind? Well, it's
I don't
London.
know.
It's windy, but
We then
we'll
see
give it
Ruby. Yeah, we then see Ruby and a group of friends around the corner complaining about the bad luck that has befallen poor Ruby and approach a cab. Honestly, Rubes, it's like you've got a curse. I know. And then I lose that 20 quid. Honestly, it's like for the past 3 weeks, bad luck has just been following me around. I lose that job. I broke that thing. I broke my heel. And then I fell over in front of that fit dentist.
Not the dentist.
No!
Although she fell and broke her tooth, it probably would be good business.
Oh, yeah. As the friends climb into the cab, the four continue to talk about the bad luck as the snowman seems to creak and groan under the strong wind.
Nope.
Ruby somehow cannot seem to get her seatbelt to work.
Final destination? Nope.
You jinxed, Ruby. And just to make it worse, Bobby McGee asked you out. Isn't it? I am telling you, there is a whirlwind of bad luck. And who's in the center of it? Me. Oh, babe. Well, yeah, you had to. What are you gonna do?
Probably drop another drink.
As this is happening, the doctor is observing him as the traffic light turns red.
Not horrible, but still.
It's then that something shocking happens. The giant snowman tips over and lands directly on top of the doctor.
Ow. Not the worst thing to happen to him. Especially this early on.
A policeman, witnessing the snowman, comes running over to investigate as the doctor sonics off one of the snowman's eyes as he climbs out. The two have an interesting interaction as the doctor heads towards his TARDIS. You know, the stereotypical interaction. Oh my god! Sir, are you okay?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. Report. I'm gonna have to report this. Okay. Name, the doctor. Occupation, not a doctor.
Okay, that one was funny.
Current status, just passing by. Employer, myself. Address, that blue box over there. Now, if you don't mind, I've just got snowman, and I would like to go home.
Okay, let's let him go home.
Doctor, what would that be? Just the doctor.
Okay, that was funny. That was like 12 energy going on there.
The doctor heads into the TARDIS before sticking his head out to address something to the officer. She's going to say yes. Who is? Your girlfriend. When you asked her to marry you on Christmas Day. How do you know that? Because my sonic screwdriver just went ping. That's a screwdriver?
Well, he's at least being helpful and sweet. Like, hey, she's gonna say yes. At least it's good news.
Mm-hmm. It's then that we get the glimpse of this doctor's sonic screwdriver. What do you think? 15s looks a little different than 14s.
Yeah, it kind of looks like one of those old-timey Nickelodeon phones, like back when He Who Shall Not Be Named wrote most of the shows. That now have like a tinge of darkness now.
Yeah. It's nothing like the traditional screwdrivers of the previous doctors. It's very unique, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not like a stick, but it works for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
It was a new design that I'm getting around to. It's like flip phone style, but it works. It's like oddly retro and steampunk at the same time.
What is that thing?
Sonic screwdriver. My name is Shuti Gatwa. I'm going to be talking to you about my sonic screwdriver. We all know what the sonic screwdriver is. Magnificent piece of Gallifreyan technology that helps the Doctor through all his scrapes and has lots of useful nooks and crannies to it. My favorite thing about the Sonic is this message that is written in Gallifreyan symbols, and it is a Rwandan proverb. It translates to the sharpness of the tongue defeats the sharpness of the warrior. You hold it like this, it can light up. Powered by a crystal, a purple one. It has this little thing that can flip out that the Doctor uses when he wants to connect to another piece of technology. So like a USB port, if you will.
Which is sonic. And that precise ping is detecting a Q2-carat diamond in your pocket, which says engagement ring. And I'm guessing that she's a she, because 91% of men wouldn't choose a diamond. Plus, Christmas Day, it's obvious. But how do you know she'll say yes? because the sale starts on Tuesday, and you just couldn't wait. And that's why she loves you. Merry Christmas!
Oh, that's a couple's goals right there.
That was so cute. The TARDIS dematerializes as the officer walks away happily, thinking of the proposal to come. Good luck to you!
Such is love.
And love, and life,
And life,
and strangeness.
And strangeness.
Okay.
Okay.
So this next section is titled Mrs. Flood and a New Baby.
Oh, there's always a baby somewhere.
No, of course. We jump to present-day Manchester as the bus pulls up as Ruby steps out, carrying bags full of shopping.
Well, she
As it is
them.
Christmas Eve, as she approaches her block of flats, she sees her neighbors, Mrs. Flood and Abdul, arguing.
Of course.
This whole argument was hilarious. Carla mentions that she's heading off to the shops to get more eggs. Because apparently they broke when the bottom fell out of the bag.
Dude, not eggs. Price of eggs. It's like $10 right there.
She is leaving Ruby in charge, and there's a very important rule. Don't lose the baby. We will see how well that goes.
Oh man, I thought the rule was going to be no boys. Well, she's kind of a bit old for that, but mom.
The next section is called Davina's phone call and Rule 1. Don't lose the baby.
And watch as the rules get friggin' spoiler alert. Final warning, final warning. This is your boarding call.
As Carla leaves to the shops to fetch more eggs, Ruby heads to the kitchen to make Carrie's much requested cup of tea.
She had to wait so long for that tea.
I know. The baby monitor's on as the baby is snoozing peacefully in the other room. All is silent until the phone rings. Turns out it's Davina McCall.
Okay.
With news of their research, and it's not good news. Bummer!
Oh, no. Dude, that was so heartbreaking.
I know.
Like you could see the hurt.
Hello? Is that Ruby? It's Davina. Davina McCall. Oh my God. Hi. Merry Christmas. It's nice to hear from you. Look, not great timing, and it's not good news, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. I know it's your birthday, but there is no trace of your mum and dad. I'm sorry. It happens sometimes. No, that's fine. Thanks, but can you keep looking? No, there's nothing more we can do. If your parents aren't on some kind of a database, we can't find them.
Fine.
Okay. Isn't that unusual, though? There's not a single trace anywhere. I mean, in the whole wide world, my mother's never left a blood sample or anything. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. I get it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
And it's really very kind of you to let me know yourself.
there's not a single
That is very
trace
nice that she told her.
anywhere.
I know, but the hurt was
Rather than
so
leaving her hanging.
A
palpable.
blood sample or anything.
Mhm.
Like that
It
was
is then that
great acting, though, but still.
I felt bad for her. I was like, "Aw, Ruby."
We'll see if this plays on later on in the series, but yes, for now, that was so the hurt, the feels, everything.
It is then that Davina mentions something that surprises even Ruby. Apparently, she's got the bad luck too.
So let me know.
Oh no, it's spreading.
It's gotten to Davina too. Oh no!
No.
Look, there's something else I'd like to ask you, Ruby. Have you been having any bad luck recently? What do you mean? Bad luck. Ever since that day, it's never stopped. I've been hit, I've been thrown, I've been bumped. I fell off a boat on dry land. I've been in accidents, collisions. I've even been trampled by a moose. And I can't help thinking it all comes back to when I met you. I suppose the funny thing is that I have been having bad luck recently. but I just keep dropping things.
Okay, where do you find a moose?
I don't know. That's a good question, but I'm like, you got trampled by a moose? Ouch!
Have you seen a moose? Have you seen those videos like comparing the moose and the car?
Oh my gosh, it's
I'm
crazy.
surprised that she got trampled by a moose and survived.
I know! We then learned that Davina has had a string of bad luck as well. She's currently in the hospital, in a wheelchair, with her arm in a sling and her foot in a cast.
Was this done by the moose?
I don't know, either from the boat or from the moose.
Okay, but if you fall off a boat on dry land, I would think it would be less injuries depending on height than a
I'm guessing
moose.
I'm guessing the fractures are from the moose.
Yeah, I'm gonna place my bet on the moose on that one.
Yeah. I knew it! But they're all accidents.
How do we stop them?
How do we stop them?
You.
I'm begging you.
How I can make it stop.
Tell me how I can make it stop. I'm terrified. Sooner or later, there's going to be an accident I can't avoid. And this time it might be. We then see a giant Christmas tree in the foyer of the hospital come tumbling down. Davina screams before the phone call cuts out.
Oh,
Ruh-roh.
Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
Please don't fall on Davina!
Well, it did.
Well, it did. Ah, drats.
I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid. So John Pertwee was my first Doctor. That's how old I am. And I can't help thinking it all comes back to when I met you.
She does the Long Lost Family show on ITV, and they've started doing foundling shows. That's where I really watched those, and I started to realise that the life of a foundling was changing now.
A long time ago, foundlings were left without a trace. But now we can really work magic with DNA.
DNA testing, they could find out who their families are, and so that was actually the inspiration. So I thought it was just fair to sort of pay that back and say, come on, Davina, come and do the show.
Ruby hangs up the phone, but we're hearing a strange laughing coming from the baby monitor.
Why the laughing every time?
Somebody's in the room.
Have you checked
We hear-
the children?
We hear a goblin say happy birthday and the snapping of the camera as it took a picture before the noises stopped.
Oh, that. Oh, I can't say it. I can't say it.
You can wait just a little bit. We're almost there.
Okay.
Ruby goes running into the bedroom and notices that the cot's empty. Where the hell's Lulu?
Lulu Bell. No.
She then notices the Polaroid camera under the cot. She pulls out the photo that is fully developed. A creature with a snub nose, big black eyes, and sharp teeth.
No. No.
Ruby goes to the window and notices the edge of a blanket disappearing through the skylight. So she gets the stepladder and climbs out.
As one does.
As one does. Alright. This next section is titled Rooftop and Heading to the Goblin Ship. We can finally talk about goblins now. Finally.
Okay.
Weird monsters, but this is the first time we've had something supernatural since the salt incident.
Although I wouldn't really call goblins supernatural. I think they're more medieval.
Mm-hmm. Ruby demands that they let the baby go. The creatures hiss at her.
Well, duh.
Put the baby in the basket, signal for it to be raised, and then begin climbing up the rope ladder that was brought down for them. Ruby, of course, what do you think she's going to do? There's a ladder right there.
She's gonna climb it.
She's going to climb it. So she climbs onto the ladder, as the hat too is swept up into the air as the ship begins to fly away.
So it's uncomfortable. You're in there, you hoist it up, you're floating around in the air, and then you've actually got to do the job. Yeah, what's that like?
I think when they say the moment they say action, we're all right, and then when they go cut, we're like, oh, get us down.
What's your name?
Ruby Sunday.
Hello, Ruby. Sunday, and it's Sunday right now. And you know when you like, maybe if you forget a line or something, and does that make it doubly frustrating? Because I can't we're up in the air and I'm gonna do it again, sort of thing.
Yes, yeah. Or if like someone's
not turned their mic on or someone's like, oh, come on! Please!
Yeah, that's because you're
My future children are depending on you getting this correct. So yeah, but it is fun.
Yeah.
Like it's funny. It's like part of the like madness of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Nope.
This next shot made me laugh. This is Ruby's introduction to the Doctor.
As
On
opposed to
when he's full on sprinting on the roof.
can't be any worse than meeting him in your wedding dress.
Like Donna. It's then that we get the hilarious shot from the preview of the Doctor hopping over chimneys and Ruby holding onto the ladder for dear life.
Well, yeah, the thing's moving. You're thinking bad luck
But
now.
the Doctor's sprinting and hopping over chimney stacks like he's doing hurdles.
Hey, you
Man,
can
he's
make that a
nimble.
new Olympic event.
I know. What the hell are you doing? Just there's. But what did you do that for? Who sees a ladder? It just hops on. A ladder in the sky and you thought, yeah, I'll give that a go, babe.
Give that a go, babe.
They got the baby.
Well, yeah, she needs to save the baby. You don't know what the... Okay, well, we do know what the goblin is going to do to... What the goblin's intentions are, but she doesn't know that. She might have an
No.
idea, but she doesn't know. And she just want to piss
Yup.
off her mom.
Yeah.
I mean,
The Doctor
how's
reaches the
anyone
end of.
gonna believe that a baby got taken by goblins.
I know how on earth do you explain that to someone who doesn't understand that goblins exist? Just how?
Outside of Grimm's and Hans Christian, but still.
I know. So the Doctor reaches the end of the terrace and yoinks himself onto the ladder, as he does. And then we get the cute, what's your name, Ruby? Ruby Sunday. Oh, hello, Ruby Sunday. And it's a Sunday right now.
I'm the doctor.
That's a coincidence. Hi, I'm the Doctor. What's up?
Yeah, not... Definitely memorable intro, I guess. But
Mhm.
it's a little more dire, but hey, you can't really drag on the introduction too long in this situation.
Nope. We learn that the creatures that have Lulu are goblins, and that Ruby has met the Doctor before. In the club.
Yep.
With the psychic paper and that whole thing. When Ruby's hands start to cramp, well, duh, she's holding onto the ladder for dear life.
Yeah, I'm surprised she lasted that long, but she is
The Doctor
dedicated.
pulls out a new invention. Intelligence gloves.
Okay, this could have been used so many times with previous iterations.
I know, and they only pulled them out now.
I know. I have to get over that, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, right. Wait. Because I spent a lot of time hanging off things. I, invented these. Gloves? Intelligent gloves. One each. Should work. Put it on. Because I thought to myself, what's the problem with hanging on? It's all the friction.
Going on there.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Alright, so this next section is called Captured on Goblin Ship and the Goblin Song. Because I gotta include it.
Yeah, we gotta include the song.
We then jump to the ship as both the Doctor and Ruby are tied up back to the mast. Like you would in any fantastical being hijacked by pirates scenario.
Yeah, but the pirates don't eat you. Hopefully
No,
not.
but being
Still.
tied up to the mast part
I can't
in
believe this.
literally every
I
pirate
can't
movie
believe
ever.
every single thing that's happening.
No, wait. Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Ruby mentions that it's both her and Lulu's birthday, and says it's a coincidence getting the Doctor's attention.
Oh, never
Ooh.
mind.
Oh, never mind
Lulu Bell.
me.
What time's dinner?
They're going to eat Lulu Bell. What time's dinner? No, but it's Lulu Bell's birthday. That
is your
is
birthday on the
such
same
a
day?
brilliant name. I wish I was called Lulu
It's
Bell.
just-
And is your birthday on the same day? Yeah, but
That's
it doesn't
why
mean
they went
anything.
after Lulu
It's
Bell.
just a coincidence.
Coincidence is what makes the
Learn the
baby taste.
language.
That's how these goblins
That's
work.
why they went
Chance
after Lulu
and
Bell.
coincidence and luck. That's how
Coincidence
it's
is what
you.
makes
You've
the
been having
baby
lots of bad
tasty.
luck, yes?
That's how these goblins work.
Yes, that
Chance
that's
and
like
coincidence
I mean,
and luck.
moving around
That's how I
town,
spotted you.
that's
You've been having a lot of bad luck, yes? He knew.
Understatement.
Ruby mentions that she has been having accidents for several weeks now, and the doctor mentions something about goblins and how they found her. That was paving the way. These goblins are time riders. They can surf the waves of time. They spotted the chance of coincidence, and they went back, and they wove you in.
Wait, so
Wait.
caused my accidents? Were they
So
trying
they've
to kill me?
caused my accidents?
More like
Were they trying to kill me? No, it's more like a... If you walk through a day without any bad luck, that's fine. That day is nothing. But if you have lots of accidents, it stitches you in. It weaves you into the day. You become more complicated and knotted and vivid. All of it leading up to a baby on Christmas Eve. The same birthday as yours, with a bedroom that is high up in the sky. All the more convenient for a goblin ship. Ha! Oh, it's like a tapestry. It's gorgeous. How do you know all this? I don't. This is brand new science for me, and I love it. The language of luck. Because what is a coincidence but a form of accidents? Two things bumping together unexpectedly, like you and me.
Okay, I love that one quote though. The coincidence
I do
but
too.
a form of an accident. A single thread in the tapestry, but its color brightly shines. You never see
I know,
its
I mean...
in the pattern of the grand design.
Ruby asks if the doctor is an expert in time-traveling goblins, causing the doctor to scoff in disgust. This moment was hilarious.
Okay, he's not an expert. Okay, he's a time traveler. It's like the Amy and Rory thing, or
Yeah.
he's a time lord. That doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing. Like the whole series,
Man, yeah.
right there.
An expert
Doesn't mean he
in
actually
time-
knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, they're not time travelers. Excuse me. Time travelers are great. Like the best. Like, wow. This lot just bimble. So if they're just bimbling, why'd they pick on Davina McCall? Oh, that was just fun.
Oh, that was just fun.
Wait, how did you do that?
I spent a long
We then learned that the doctor was able to successfully free himself. And he frees Ruby a few seconds later. Yay!
Okay, now save the baby.
Ruby is determined to find the baby and get the heck out of here, while the doctor tries to figure out how they're going to get out of the room.
Prodding him and being like, oh god, how disgusting. Oh my god, look at his tongue. And then he was like, look at your tongue. And I was like, Five humans in there.
You touched it, it felt like an actual thing. There was 5 people controlling it on the inside. It was amazing. It was so cool.
Towards the end of the song, the doctor and Ruby fall onto the conveyor belt. I don't think the goblins were expecting that.
Probably not, but then again, there were goblins that saw them in the beginning, and they didn't think to warn the other goblins. They were just so focused on eating Lulu.
The next section.
Hey, there's like a dude that got free here. It's like, baby, should we attend to that? No, let's just have our dinner first, and then we'll attend to this. Well, okay.
The next section I have aptly titled Escape from Goblin Ship. Well, no boy.
Well, they must escape.
So the doctor and Ruby stand up on the conveyor belt to find themselves face to face with the Goblin King and a large crowd of goblins who are frustrated that their dinner feast has been interrupted.
They're hangry.
They are very hangry. The doctor mentions that the music shouldn't stop and urges the singer Janice to restart the song as he passes the basket with Lulu to Ruby.
See?
Tough crowd.
True, but he's coming up with solutions a little bit more on the fly than previous ones.
Yep. Tough crowd. Gutsy. I'm the doctor, and this is my friend Ruby Sunday. Now I'd less like to say, why stop singing? Rocket Janice!
Seriously, I was like, what is going on in your head?
We then get to hear both the Doctor and Ruby sing for the first time.
That was also odd.
They're both actually pretty good singers. Not
True,
gonna lie.
but still.
Yeah, as they manage to successfully distract the goblins as the Doctor reactivates his psychic gloves and gets the rope ready for their escape.
Again, could have used the gloves a little sooner.
I feel like I probably don't have to quote the actual song they were singing.
Probably not.
So in the middle of all that blah 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 blah, the Doctor manages to get the rope ready and finally reveals their plan just as the knot starts to come undone, allowing them to successfully escape. They're each wearing a glove. Yay!
Share the power with Ruby.
Me and Rubes, we've got just one hope. If I have understood that rope, because stuck up there is when things got hot. I think I found the master knot. The master knot has been undone. That's when we start having fun! Woohoo!
Why the
Sounds like
rhyme?
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah,
It
literal.
sounds like Dr. Seuss. Hold on tight! Wait, what are you? If you reverse intelligent gloves, you get heavy. How do we stop? Love the glove, Ruby. Love the glove.
That could be taken so many ways out of context.
I know.
And the right tone. Now it's there. We're not going to stop. That's the plan. I want more. Oh, no. I thought we were going to record it in a studio and then, lip sync to it on the day. But then the day kept approaching and no one was talking about that. And then it was the day's here and it's okay, here's your mics and sing. Come on.
Okay, so the next section is called Keeping an Eye on the Baby and Defending the Flat. We're back in the flat. Woohoo! The two successfully arrive back at Ruby's flat and put Lulu back into the cot. Like nothing happened. Totally normal. I didn't just leave in a goblin ship.
Baby almost didn't get eaten.
So Ruby heads over to Cherry to see how she's doing, who mentions that she gave up on the cup of tea she asked for hours ago.
Well, it makes sense. If he had to do that, it would have been cold and it wouldn't have been worth it.
Poor
It makes
Cherry.
sense. Poor thing.
We also get a very interesting interaction between Cherry and the Doctor. That was adorable.
Just the cutest.
I've given up.
More of her.
I know. I've given up on that cuppa and opted for a life of abstinence. Who's this young fella when he's at home? Hi, I'm the Doctor.
You don't need me.
The last time I saw a doctor, he tried to murder me, so you stay away. Oh, you don't need me. You've got your family looking after you. We three queens of the sky up here in the attic. Oh, and your name is Cherry? It is.
I'll see you later, Cherry.
Cherry Sunday. Like a tasty treat. Yes, I'll see you later, Cherry. Okay?
Oh, that was just so cute.
I love that. The last time I saw a doctor, he tried to murder me. Don't touch me.
I'm kind of curious about that backstory. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm like, oh boy.
Like, does that mean like he tried to
Did
give her?
someone try to mess you up?
Or like, was he just trying to put her like under her, like for an operation?
I don't know, but
or does she genuinely?
it was something she was not a fan of.
Yeah.
The Doctor then heads back into the room where the baby is and asks Ruby for the glove, noting that the charge is low. It will need to recharge soon.
Okay, that's a flaw I think he needs to fix with that.
I know. The two are very wary of their surroundings as they realize any accidents could cause the goblins to come back. So, are we safe now? I mean, can that ship come sailing down? What do we do? Can they get us? No. I don't think they invade. Their world is up there, and they creep into ours on the edges.
Accidents.
He catches his foot on a lamp cord, and it starts to fall, but he catches it.
Oh, now he's gonna have luck.
Is there anything in the kitchen?
Whoa! Accident. That is how they get us. Do they cause all accidents? Maybe they do. Oh, is there anything in the kitchen? Anything burning?
Ooh.
No, goodness.
Oh no. Please don't let it be the kettle.
I hope not.
Death trap. Check
So the two go
everything
running off to
in
the kitchen to
air.
check for
Wiring
any
in the
dangers
bus.
when the doctor notices the fridge full of Polaroid pictures,
Oh, that was sweet.
allowing Ruby to explain her large family of foster siblings. This was so cute.
That's
I
fine.
know, it's sweet.
It's Mum's children.
Who are they? Oh,
all the kids
that's the
that she loves.
family. It's Mum's children. Ah, it's all the
She's still
kids that
keeps in
she's
touch with
fostered
some of
over
them.
the years.
Yeah.
Wow, there's so many.
She's amazing.
I know. She still keeps in touch with some of them.
Biggest family in the
Ah,
world.
lots of them. She's amazing. You have got the biggest family in the world.
I've got no.
Now, when have we heard that? A
Picture the
few
other
dozen times.
You know, if you told
What
me
it
about
sounds
your
like.
birthday
Thanks,
party,
Sarah.
It's not magic. It's a language. It's a different form of physics.
So the two head back to check on Lulu as they remember the most important rule. Don't leave the baby.
And they ignore the rule again.
You did too?
Just then, Carla comes back. Yay! She's come back from the shop with eggs this time.
Who's your friend?
Yay.
This is
Cost another $10. $10.
And notices the new man in the
Is she
house.
alright, the
She
baby?
quickly goes to check on Cherry,
Yeah,
while the
she's
doctor
fine.
and Ruby are whisper arguing to each other about what to do
Yeah, you
next.
gotta love this program.
This next section is titled Emotions and the Timeline Changes.
Oh, this is not good, fans. This is not good. Other people listening who somehow did not heed the warnings. This is not good.
As the doctor heads back into the flat, he notices that everything has changed. Carla looks
Yeah.
different,
It's all
and the
muted
crack
color.
in the ceiling is gone. And the crack is gone. There's no crack in the
Okay.
ceiling.
Okay, I can't
Sorry.
handle another 2 seasons of that.
Sorry, but why is she gone?
What are you on about?
What do you
I'm
want
looking
about?
for your daughter.
I'm looking for your
Don't be
daughter.
daft. Lulu's not my
Don't
daughter.
be
I'm fostering
daft.
her.
Lulu's
Just for a
not
couple
my
of days.
daughter.
No,
I'm
no,
fostering her
I
just
mean
for a
your
couple of
daughter, Ruby.
days. No.
Who's Ruby?
I mean, I mean your daughter Ruby.
Your daughter.
Who's
I
Ruby?
told you, this is Lulu.
Your daughter.
She's what I told you
No.
on Christmas Eve.
This is Lulu.
Last thing I
And
need.
she is a right old pain on Christmas Eve. Last thing I need. But what do you want in the spare room? The doctor then heads into Cherry's room to ask her about Ruby, only to realise that she's changed as well.
Why do they go with this alternate
Do you remember
timeline?
Ruby?
Why?
What you talking about?
Cherry, do you
Your
remember
granddaughter
Ruby?
is called
What
Ruby.
are you talking about? Your granddaughter is
There's no
called
bikini
Ruby.
in this
There
hole.
is no picnic in this home.
We were
never so blessed. It is then that the doctor starts to realise that something in the timeline has changed. All the photos on the fridge have disappeared. You had another child named
Another
Ruby.
child named
I've
Ruby.
never had children,
Never
mate.
had
No,
children, mate. No,
you
you
adopted her.
I
I
foster.
foster. But don't be so
Don't be so
stupid.
stupid.
I'm a foster
You're a
mother.
foster mother.
Just do it now and then, that's all.
That's all.
I've had about 5 or 6 kids.
5 or 6 kids? No.
The
you
numbers
had-
changed too.
It all changed.
Who has
No.
No. You had.
children?
They've gone. Who has? Your children. All those lives.
You
You
fostered
fostered
33.
33.
How many?
How many?
Not me,
Not
darling.
me, darling.
Don't be so stupid.
Stupid. That's too
That's
much like hard work. No
wait,
way.
I just put my name
I
on
just
the
put my
list
name on the
when I need
list when I need a bit of
No, you
money. No, you
don't.
don't.
800 quid per child.
800
No.
quid per child. And then all the emotions hit the doctor like a frickin' freight train. You can tell
So-
this doctor's a lot more open than previous.
Kiki can't handle it. She can't handle it.
Right when it hits him.
Don't say that. think you got me mixed up with someone else.
I felt so bad for him in that
'Cause there is no
moment.
Ruby.
It's like,
I
oh,
It's just me.
he can't. He
Stuck
starts
growing
crying.
up
Poor baby.
up here in the attic.
Something tells me that's not going to
He
be the one.
realizes the goblins took
Couldn't have a
Ruby
kid full time.
instead of Lulu,
It'd be a nightmare.
fracturing the timeline.
This
Why?
rise
He's
really
gotta
well
fix
today.
this.
Just looking forward to it.
I can't have any more broken
Say
timelines.
Stay
that.
to sleep by 3. And I'll be all
I think
my
you got
own.
me mixed up with someone else, because there is no Ruby. It's
Why
just
would I
me,
want a
stuck
daughter?
with my old mum up here in the
You're
attic.
unhappy as
And I'm
I am.
busy. I couldn't have a kid full time. It'd be a nightmare.
Then why are you
This little
crying?
brat arrives, ruining my holiday. I was looking forward to it. Christmas Day, Mum's asleep by 3, and I'll be on my own. But I want a daughter when I'm happy as I am.
Why are you?
And why are you crying? I don't know. Why are you?
They took the baby.
They took the baby.
They went back.
When yeah,
Right now.
the bow of the ship breaks and the baby goes falling right into the doctor's arms. He caught her.
And he's literally known Ruby her whole life, in a way.
Mhm. The doctor coos at the baby as he gently takes her out of the Moses basket and places her back in front of the church. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Happy birthday, Ruby. He then runs out of the churchyard and back to the TARDIS just as the clock strikes midnight. The timeline is restored.
Please don't let there be any more cracks.
He turns briefly to acknowledge the hooded figure as she walks off through the falling snow. A tear briefly falling before he turns to head back to modern times and Ruby. No! He's so
No.
open. He's so open. I love it.
I know, and he, like in Meet the Robinsons, he had the chance to try and get Ruby's mom back. He had the chance. Like, the most golden of chances.
Maybe he'll try again later.
Yeah, but I feel like in that moment, Ruby mattered more. Like, Ruby, I was living with her foster mom turned adopted mom turned actual mom mattered more.
Yeah. I have a suspicion, though, that this whole scene of him in front of the TARDIS might come up again later.
Yeah, something is very...
They're definitely hinting to something.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely hinting.
That's Russell's specialty. He's really good at hinting at things. Especially at the very beginning of arcs.
Pretty much.
All right. This final section I have titled Reunions and New Adventures Await. Yay.
Okay, let's see how it all ends. Well, I want Ruby to still keep coming back.
Exactly. I mean, this is supposed to be her introductory episode.
Yes.
We don't want to lose her that fast. That'd be so sad.
I
We then
know.
We then jump back to modern times as the TARDIS materializes around the corner this time. Not right smack in the middle of the sidewalk.
Okay, more helpful and convenient.
Mrs. Flood waves at the doctor as he races down the street into the building, bounding up the stairs and into Ruby's flat to find everything just as it was pre-crack. Phew!
Okay, they don't have the apartment split in half.
He runs over to give Ruby the biggest hug.
Ah, the doctor's always a hugger.
Reunions are the best.
Yes.
And meanwhile, Ruby's like, what?
Well, let the doctor have this moment, okay? Let him have this moment, Ruby.
Oh yes, there you are. Where'd you go? Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Ruby mentions that something strange happened and he suddenly disappeared. Ruby mentions the doctor mentions what happened before realizing he forgot something
Because they went back.
and has to go sprinting back to the
They took
TARDIS.
you as a baby, so
Uh-oh.
I went back and
Is Cherry going to get the tea?
What happened? I turned around and you were gone. You were sort of, I don't know, because I was here, but I got a bit lost. But what happened? Oh, lots of things. Because they went back. You were gone. They took you as a baby. So I went back, and then I forgot something. Yes! Just The Doctor runs back outside, and Mrs. Flood smiles as she watches the TARDIS dematerialize. Again.
Wow, this woman is seeing everything.
I know! It turns out the Doctor jumps to the hospital foyer to save Davina just as the Christmas tree is about to fall. Doctor
Yes.
to the rescue!
She saved my life.
Oh, Christmas tree. Not
Merry
today.
Christmas.
Not today! The Doctor catches the falling Christmas tree before it hits her. Ta-da!
Yes.
You saved my life! Merry Christmas, Davina McCall. Once the
Still
Doctor returns back to the block of flats, he pauses for a moment, which catches Mrs. Flood's attention. As the two have a brief conversation, this is the first time we hear the two of them interact.
Okay, a lot riding on this.
Busy man.
Busy man, sweetheart. You and your box
and
of
your
tricks.
box of
You look like
tricks.
you've lost £1 and found a sixpence. What's wrong? Just
You
wondering.
Look like you've lost a
Maybe
pound
I'm the
and
bad
found
luck.
a sixpence. What's wrong?
I don't think you are,
Just
mate.
wondering.
Wow, that was
Maybe I'm the bad luck.
blunt.
I know. Meanwhile, Carla is wondering how the Doctor got here, and Ruby is wondering what the Doctor meant before he ran off. And, good news, Cherry finally gets her tea. Yahoo!
That was all I wanted. That arc is now complete. She has her tea. All is right with the world. Cherry has her tea.
Hallelujah, praise the
Hallelujah,
Lord.
praise the
Never
Lord.
come,
I never
the
thought
tea
this
reach
day
at
would ever
last.
come.
And don't
Me
forget,
tea
2
reach
yellow
at
pills at 5
last.
o'clock, but you
But
get
don't
the least of
forget,
my
2 yellow
problems.
pills at 5 o'clock. 3 are the least of my
What do we do
problems.
tonight?
What do we do tonight?
It's
Crack.
It's like a
It's
wind
like a wind
tunnel.
tunnel. What are we supposed to do on Christmas Day? Sit here and
Sit here and
freeze?
freeze.
And who was
I've
he
never seen
anyway?
anybody that
That
man.
man.
What's his name?
What's his name?
Dr. What?
Doctor what? What did he mean he went back? What sort of doctor? Did he say? Who the hell is he? She sounds like Jackie.
It's a bit of Jackie and Donna in that moment.
Yeah. And kind of Sylvia, too, at the very beginning. And she's like, what the hell? The Doctor turns to head back to his TARDIS as
Better
Mrs.
go.
Flood wishes him luck. I better go.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Who are you?
Who are you anyway?
No one.
No one. Just passing by. Well,
Well,
you take care.
care.
Back
You
in the
better.
flat, Ruby. I hope he doesn't leave.
Well, that too, but
Back in the flat, Ruby finally realizes what he meant by time traveling and realizes he hasn't come back to the flat, leaving Carla with questions as she goes rushing out of the house.
fair
Yay!
enough.
Where did he come from? Why was he even here in the first place? I don't know.
He
He sort of popped up at the right
right
moment, and then he was gone. Like, how? It's all been so mad. I haven't actually had time to stop and think. He said I was taken as a baby.
How?
Isn't that what he said just now? I don't know. He's crazy. He went back. He said he went back. What did he mean he went back? When was Houdini? What?
No, I said just
When
now.
was Houdini?
That's crazy.
Houdini
He
was
went
like 1900s,
He said he went back.
1920.
When was Houdini?
How could he?
What?
And then he spoke about time travelers, and then he...
20s?
As she goes running off.
Yeah.
Where are you going now?
And then he spoke about time travelers, and then he...
Ruby goes rushing out, noticing the blue box in the corner and Mrs. Flood sitting in front of her house.
What are you doing now?
Okay.
Where is he? Where is he? Mrs. Flood, did you see?
He's about
There was
so
a man,
high and
he was about
amazing, in a
so
big
high
leather coat.
and amazing, in a big leather
What do
coat.
you mean?
She nods. What do you mean? She's nodding towards the box at the corner.
Love who she is.
We then get Ruby's first look at the TARDIS as the door opens for her. She briefly heads inside before walking around it. You know, the stereotypical walk around the TARDIS before we go in.
Yes. Just all the way around.
Before she takes a deep breath and heads inside, off on new adventures.
Yes, we are the audience. We are Ruby.
It's time! Let's do this.
Yes.
The door opens, Ruby walks over, looks back, she nods encouragingly, she goes inside, steps back out, does the walk. Mrs. Flood, all she says is, "Good luck, Ruby." The final scene before the credits, we get a Ruby looking around the TARDIS with a look of wonder before noticing the Doctor standing on the ramp, looking at her with a big old smirk on his face.
Well, come on. That part probably never gets old for him.
Oh, every time.
Marveling. Well, probably is always different no matter what.
Who are you? I'm the Doctor. Cut to closing credits.
Yeah.
Yeah! Although we do also get a brief mid-credit scene. Did this throw you off at all?
A little bit, yes.
With Mrs. Flood?
That was interesting.
Yep. We do get a brief mid-credit scene with Mrs. Flood and Abdul as Mrs. Flood breaks the fourth wall. Who on earth is she? Partway through the credits, TARDIS pieces out, as it does. It's adventure time.
The box thing.
Yes.
It just vanished.
Mrs. Flood, did you see that? Mrs. Flood, did you see the box
No, it
thing?
wasn't.
It just vanished. It was there, and then it wasn't.
Disappeared.
It just disappeared.
Oh,
Merry Christmas, Abdul. Stop making such a fuss. And then she turns to the camera. Never seen a TARDIS before.
Otherwise, you'd have a good Christmas up there. They laugh, they dress up, they've got a band, they have a party, they sing along. They're good fun. But the baby eating is a bummer.
Okay.
It is clear that working with both Bad Wolf Productions and Disney have allowed the small blue box show to truly grow on a massive scale, and it's great to see. The TARDIS interior is beautiful, as we know. And I cannot wait to see the jukebox be used in future episodes, because we haven't seen it in use yet. And I hope we do.
Okay.
Welcome back, Russell T. Davies and Murray Gold. We missed you.
Okay. So from here, Russell T is always welcome. For the introduction of the episode, for it being the start of the season, it is a pretty strong contender, especially with the chemistry between 15 and Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling like the actors probably spent like a good amount of time together before they, filmed together, because it kind of feels like they're going off of some hidden, like some inside things so that their chemistry flowed pretty well. I will say I am pretty interested in Ruby's growth because she's giving me vibes, like you mentioned earlier, about Rose, because she's about Rose's age.
Mm-hmm.
But she appears to have more of a grounded backstory than Rose did, because I feel like, especially in the earlier seasons of Rose, as it progressed, and then later as it progressed, she was written to have interesting backstories, but then became written as a love interest for the Doctor, whereas now there's kind of like a feeling of having mutual respect.
Yes.
Like, she's not made to be a love interest. She's not made to be some kind of great love or probably great regret.
Mm-hmm.
But with her stick-to-itiveness and her being a mate, she's also giving off a little bit of Martha.
She is, kinda.
So she's like a blend of Rose and Martha. And I hope they keep with the whole friends actually being companions rather than going for a love interest thing. Because
I know, they've done that. They've done that to death.
Yeah, they've done that. I think they just need to have literally their mates be mates. Like, that's it.
Have it like Donna, please.
Yes.
More mates.
Yes. Just mates. And I do like I'm gonna mispronounce his name again, but I do enjoy him as the Doctor. He is the embodiment of high school theater kids that I grew up around, but it worked.
He's clearly loving it.
Yes, he has a flair for the dramatic, but he is so in tune when to play to play up being funny versus play up being serious versus playing up being emotional, and that is awesome. So that I love. Love the dynamic between Ruby and Carla. Davina was a welcome addition. I'm still I'm still surprised she survived a moose, but other than that, I do want to see more of Carla and Cherry
I
because
definitely hope we'll see more of them, considering.
but I don't want them to be like a copycat of when Jackie came along on the adventures. But
Hopefully not.
they have some remnants of Jackie, but I don't want it to be a copycat of that because Jackie was
No.
Jackie, let her stay Jackie and let Carla and Cherry be Carla and Cherry.
Exactly. Okay, so what would you rank this episode out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd give it a 7.
A 7? I think
Yeah.
I ended up giving I think I ended up giving it like an 8. I didn't rank it
Okay.
super high, but it was also like I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty
I
good
give-
for a Christmas special, considering we
Yeah,
haven't had one in a hot minute.
True. I give it a 7 because I love the character dynamics and the relationship building. I do think
Mhm.
it kind of veered a little bit with the goblin thing, like they were borrowing maybe from Gremlins, especially with monsters on Christmas.
I wouldn't
But
be surprised if they were.
yeah, but I feel like with the goblins, it kind of I wish they extended on that a little bit more because it seemed like it was kind of copy, like insert here like a block and then cut a block here. It seemed like it was way too blocky with the introduction with the goblins, where it didn't really
Oh
flow
yeah,
as natural. Like it just
yeah.
seemed like to be inserted pretty awkwardly. But all in all, it's a strong
Mhm.
contender.
No, that
Strong
makes
contender.
sense. Yeah, I'm like, and plus we still have the rest of the season and the
True.
end of Christmas special.
Now I got some opinions
Yes.
on the ending on that, but other than I won't spoil it any more than it will be
Yeah.
later.
Stay tuned. We're doing the other Christmas special too. So
The
stay
other
tuned.
one.
I'm like, we're skipping ahead. Sorry. Okay. It's time to look at what's coming up next. Series
boy.
14.
You ready for this?
Into the vortex. I have the whole universe at my fingertips.
Oh, this is tape.
You can't! Happy Roll Studios! Alright, let's take it from the top.
Ruby, there are powers beyond the universe.
Are you getting scared because you're just babbling now?
Smell faster!
No job, no boss, just fun.
Classic.
I'd love it if you came with me.
What is the next? We will.
So this will be our first proper season of the 15th Doctor as we kick off a whole new set of adventures.
Now, stay back. We are going to
This
walk
was
through
this did not air until May of this past year. So we had to wait a bit.
We've got work to do.
So we will also be meeting a whole bunch of different characters.
Honey, I'm much bigger bang than you bargained for. I will
I'm
shatter
trying to think
this
of whether or not I should
battlefield
spoil
into
some of
dust.
this because I do have some of the characters we're
heartbeat.
meeting this season.
Into dust.
I don't know how far in the season you are.
I'll have a people
I am. I just need to. I stopped at Space Babies.
Okay, you gotta keep going because some of this I'm like, there is a lot more I was gonna mention, but I'm like,
See the next thing,
I'm gonna wait.
and the next, and the
Okay.
next.
Um,
Have you ever?
so there's a lot of different characters we're gonna meet, a lot of exciting guest stars. We're gonna continue the mystery of Mrs. Flood, of course. Hello, they kind of left us with the never seen a TARDIS before.
I have a theory about the name Mrs. Flood, but especially with the name, because I feel like there's got to be something behind that.
There are theories going around. There have been theories since she's been introduced about who she is. We still have no clue. Good news, we will also get more of Carla and Cherry as they will continue to appear in Series 14. Yay!
Okay, yes, I do want more of Carla and Cherry.
Okay, I'm not sure if I should mention who shows up in the finale, but
Let's leave some surprises.
okay. We have a bunch of familiar faces showing up in the finale as well. So what adventures will these two get up to?
We don't know.
I will give you a slight hint about some of the episodes though. Because we know two of them so far.
Yes.
We know there's a Beatles episode.
Happy Road Studios! Alright, let's take it from the
Okay, they have to have some historical reference in there.
And there's a Regency episode.
fingertips.
Oh, this is pain.
You can't!
Oh no.
But what else will we see? Shall we? Alonzi.
Confusion, storylines, an all-ending arc. Because
We're gonna have an arc. We're gonna have an arc. This is what Russell's good at. He loves giving us an arc. Yeah, oh, I should probably let you know that the writer you were mentioning earlier, you haven't gotten to his first episode yet. His first episode's episode 3.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Am I gonna have to watch it more than once?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
hopefully not. Hopefully not. Because it
Okay.
also introduces us to someone we will get into later.
Okay.
I just
see
wanted to
what it-
give you a hint there.
Okay.
Because one of the characters we meet will come back later. The actors will. I don't know about the character.
Okay. Outside of
Just
Cherry and
letting you know.
Okay.
Yes.
This sounds
Okay.
something.
And that's the end of the episode. If you want to listen to more of our Doctor Who episodes with us, make sure to listen to us on Spreaker at FANGEEK''D, as well as wherever you get your podcasts,
Okay.
now that we are practically everywhere. Yay.
We are like glitter.
Please make sure to follow us on all of our social media at FanGeek'd. I try to be active on Twitter and sometimes on Instagram as best as I can, so I try my best.
I have an Instagram and a Twitter, but I wonder if they will also go away.
We will have more content coming in 2025, so make sure to stay tuned. Thanks so much, geeks, and we will see you next time on FanGeek'd. Bye!
Bye and stay weird.
And that's just the beginning.